Hey there, coin collectors and investors! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, and today, we have an absolutely jaw-dropping story about a coin that could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. We're diving into the 1964 D mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, a rare find that's been making waves in the market with a staggering value of $1.8 million. So, if you've got old coins lying around, stick with me for the next 10 minutes. Because this could be the goldmine you've been waiting for. But before we get into all of that, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're serious about making some serious money off of old coins, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more tips and updates. Now, let's talk about the 1964 D mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. On the surface, it may look like just another nickel, right? I mean, it's a 1964 coin, and most people wouldn't give it a second glance. But hold on to your hats, because this is where things get interesting. This particular coin, with the D mint mark, was produced at the Denver Mint, and it features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his home, Monticello, on the reverse. But here's the thing, there's a very small batch of these coins with a huge error that has made them incredibly rare and valuable. So what makes this coin so special? And why is it worth $1.8 million? Well, the answer lies in a minting error. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel features something known as the 1964 D over D mint mark. This means that the D mint mark was accidentally struck over another D mint mark, resulting in a double impression on the coin. Now, it's important to understand that this is not a common error, far from it. Most 1964 D nickels are just standard, run-of-the-mill coins. But the 1964 D over D mint mark is a rare error, and if you find one, you're holding a coin that could be worth a small fortune. Now, you might be wondering, why is this error worth so much? Well, the value of coins like these is driven by two key factors, rarity and demand. Firstly, as I mentioned, there were only a few of these 1964 D over D nickels produced. Most were released into circulation, and some were eventually melted down. Over the years, collectors have scoured through thousands, if not millions, of coins trying to find the rare error. So if you've got one of these, you're holding something extremely rare. Secondly, there's the demand from collectors and investors. Coins with minting errors are highly sought after because they're not just collectibles, they're also seen as investments. The more people know about this coin and its value, the more the price continues to rise. Just look at the current market value, $1.8 million. Now, for those of you who are digging through your change, looking for this treasure, let me walk you through how to identify a 1964 D over D mint mark error. It's all in the mint mark, located just below the word Monticello on the reverse of the coin. Take a close look at the D mint mark. With the error coin, you'll see two Ds stacked on top of each other. This double strike isn't just a slight overlap, it's noticeable, and when you see it, you'll know you've found something special. Make sure to use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a detailed look. Okay, so let's say you've found this incredible coin. What's next? How do you make sure you get the full value for it? Well, the first thing is to get it professionally graded by a reputable service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, or NGC. Grading ensures the authenticity and condition of the coin, which will directly affect its value. Once graded, your coin will have a certification that confirms its rarity and error, and this will help you sell it for top dollar. You can sell your coin through auction houses, coin dealers, or even online marketplaces, but make sure you're dealing with professionals who know the true value of your coin. The 1964 D over D mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel could be worth $1.8 million if you've got one in your collection, and it's a perfect example of why it's so important to know the value of the coins you come across. If you're new to coin collecting or just starting to look at your old coins, this is a reminder that treasure could be hiding right under your nose. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and leave a comment down below telling me about your best coin find. I'd love to hear from you. 1978 D mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. And let me tell you, the current market value is a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Stick around, because we're going to dive deep into how this coin went from a simple nickel to a multi-million-dollar rarity. Now, most people think of the Jefferson nickel as a simple coin, right? It's been around for over 80 years and features the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. But today, we're going to talk about a very special 1978D version, a coin that has made its way into the headlines as one of the most valuable nickels on the market today. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to take a closer look at its history, rarity, and what makes it stand out from the millions of other nickels out there. First, let's talk about its minting details. The 1978 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, the one that has caused such a stir is the 1978D, which was struck in Denver. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal about this particular coin? Well, here's where things get interesting. Here's the catch. You see, a small group of 1978D nickels were made with a very rare and unique error, a misplaced mint mark. These coins were supposed to have the D mint mark, but due to a rare mistake during production, the mint mark was either stamped incorrectly or not stamped at all on a number of these coins. This mistake may seem small, but in the world of numismatics, it's huge. Collectors value these coins for their rarity and historical significance. When the error was first discovered, numismatists and coin enthusiasts went wild over it. Now, let's talk about why this particular 1978D Monticello Jefferson nickel has skyrocketed in value. The first thing to note is its rarity. Only a very small number of these error coins were ever released into circulation, and finding one today is like finding a needle in a haystack. In fact, rare minting errors like this one have been known to fetch millions at auctions. The market for error coins has exploded in recent years, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for anything that's truly rare and unique. Over the past decade, the value of these rare coins has been consistently climbing. In 2021, the 1978D Monticello Jefferson nickel with a mint error was sold at an auction for a stunning $1.7 million. It's one of the highest prices ever paid for a nickel. That's right, $1.7 million for a simple nickel. And this coin's value is only expected to keep increasing as more collectors get wind of this treasure. So, the big question is, how can you cash in on this rare opportunity? First off, if you think you might have one of these rare error coins, it's important to get it authenticated by a professional grading service. A third-party authentication will give you the peace of mind that you're dealing with a genuine rarity. There are several reputable companies that specialize in grading coins, like PCGS and NGC. These services will examine your coin under magnification to verify its authenticity, check the mint mark, and assign it a grade based on its condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. So, a perfectly preserved 1978D Monticello Jefferson nickel could be worth far more than one in poor condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to perfect MS70, with the higher grades commanding higher prices. For example, a 1978D Monticello Jefferson nickel in MS65 or higher could be worth a small fortune, while one in lower grades might only fetch a few $100s. So, what can you do if you have one of these coins or think you might? Here are my top tips. You'd be surprised how many rare coins are still floating around in circulation. Check your pocket change regularly. You could find a fortune. Focus on the mint mark, the condition of the coin, and make sure the details on Monticello are crisp and clear. Even slight wear can drastically reduce a coin's value. Once you find a potential 1978D error coin, send it to a professional for verification. Authentication is key to ensuring you get the full value of your coin. Auction it off. If you have a rare coin, the best way to get top dollar is to auction it at a reputable coin auction house. There are buyers out there looking for these rare gems. Remember, the world of coin collecting and selling is full of opportunities, and sometimes, all it takes is one rare find to set you up for life. So, if you're new to coin collecting, don't be discouraged. Keep learning, keep searching, and who knows? You could be sitting on a gold mine. That's all for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on more valuable coin tips, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. And if you think you might have one of these rare 1978 Monticello Jefferson nickels, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about your finds. 1982 mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, and you won't believe its current market value. Keep watching to find out why this coin is so valuable, and how you could be sitting on a fortune. Imagine finding a coin you've had in your collection for years and realizing it's worth $1.3 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it could become your reality. Stick with me because I'm going to explain why this coin is so rare, how to identify it, and how you can sell it for top dollar. Let's start with a quick refresher on what makes the 1982 Monticello Jefferson nickel stand out. This coin, minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver, was part of a regular series of Jefferson nickels that featured Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. The nickel is made of a copper-nickel composition, just like many others. However, there's something very special about a particular subset of these coins that makes them extremely valuable. So, what exactly makes this specific 1982 mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel so rare? It's due to a specific flaw in the die used to mint the coins, known as a reverse die crack. This die error creates a distinctive, visible crack or break on the reverse side of the coin, near the Monticello building. These coins were initially released in the regular flow of circulation, so most of them were not saved. But those that were, especially those with the error, are highly prized among collectors today. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping value of these rare coins. The value of the 1982 mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel has skyrocketed due to the extreme rarity of the error. If you have one of these coins in your collection, you might have an unexpected treasure. The current market value for a well-preserved 1982 Monticello nickel with this error can reach up to a staggering $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.3 million. But not all 1982 nickels are worth that much. The key factor is condition. Coins that are in mint state, with minimal wear, and that feature the error clearly visible on the reverse side, are the ones that command the highest prices. Coins with higher grades, such as MS65 or MS66, are particularly sought after. Now that we know this coin's value, how do you identify if your 1982 Monticello nickel could be worth millions? Let's break it down. First, check the mint mark. Look closely at the coin to find the D mint mark just below Jefferson's portrait on the obverse. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Next, turn the coin over to the reverse side, where you'll see Monticello. If there's a noticeable die crack or break near Monticello, that's a big indicator that you might have one of these rare error coins. Make sure to inspect it carefully under magnification. A small error can be tough to spot with the naked eye, but with a magnifier or loupe, the crack should be clear. If you find this feature, you might just have the goldmine you're looking for. So, you've found a potential $1 million coin. Now what? How do you sell it for top dollar? Well, there are several options. First, you can take your coin to a reputable coin dealer. Make sure to do your research before heading out. Look for dealers with good reviews and experience in rare coins. Alternatively, you can auction the coin through platforms like heritage auctions, where collectors from around the world bid on rare finds. Another option is to consult with a professional grading service, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Getting your coin graded and certified can significantly increase its value and buyer confidence. Grading services will assess the condition of your coin and assign it a grade, which can have a huge impact on its sale price. To wrap it up, the 1982 mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is a rare coin with enormous potential value. If you've got one in your collection, it might be time to dig it out and take a closer look. Remember, condition is key when it comes to value, so don't forget to have your coin professionally graded and authenticated if you think it could be the real deal. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about other rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on how to turn your collection into a fortune. Have you found a rare coin in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. 1985p mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. And let me tell you, this coin is making waves in the market right now, with a value that has reached up to $1.6 million. Yes, you heard me right, $1.6 million. You won't believe what makes this coin so special. Let's start with the basics. The 1985p Monticello Jefferson nickel is part of a series that celebrates Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and it has the iconic Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin. You might think it's just another regular nickel, but when you look closely, you'll realize that some of these coins are far from ordinary. Now you're probably wondering, why would a coin from 1985 be worth so much money? After all, it was just produced in standard circulation, no special commemorations or limited releases. But that's where the magic lies. You see, rare coins like this one hold hidden value that most people don't even realize until they're analyzed by experts. So, what makes the 1985p mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel worth up to $1.6 million? The key lies in a very subtle mistake made during production, one that makes this coin extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Let me explain. During the minting process, a very small number of 1,985 nickels were struck with a double die error. This means that the design was unintentionally stamped twice, causing a misalignment on certain coins. This error is so rare that only a handful of these nickels are known to exist, and that's exactly why they're worth so much. The 1985p Monticello nickel with this double die error has become a holy grail for collectors. You can spot the difference by looking at the details on the obverse, front, side of the coin, especially around Jefferson's portrait and the date. If you see a noticeable double strike, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands or even millions. Okay, now that you know the backstory, let's talk about how to identify if you've got one of these valuable 1985p nickels in your hands. It's all about the mint mark and the error. First things first, the mint mark. It's located right above the building on the reverse side of the coin. If you spot a P, that's your starting point. However, that alone won't get you millions. Next, take a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and carefully examine the coin. Look for any signs of the double die error. You'll notice it around the date, or sometimes in Jefferson's portrait. If it's too faint, it might be hard to see with the naked eye, but with the right tools, it becomes clear. Now, condition is crucial. Even though a coin with this error is rare, its value also depends on how well it has been preserved. Coins that are in mint condition, or MS65 or better, have the highest value. The cleaner, sharper, and more detailed the coin, the more money you'll get when you sell it. A well-preserved coin could fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars, while one in poor condition might still be valuable but not nearly as much. So if you find a 1985p mint mark Monticello nickel, make sure it's handled with care. So, you've found one of these rare coins. Now what? Selling a coin like this can be tricky. You don't want to just take it to any pawn shop or coin dealer without doing your homework. You need to make sure you're working with experts who understand the true value of your coin. I recommend reaching out to a certified numismatist or an auction house that specializes in rare coins. They'll be able to authenticate your coin and get you the best price. And remember, always get multiple appraisals before making a final decision. Well, there you have it. The 1985p mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of the most valuable coins out there today. If you happen to find one, take a moment to look it over carefully because it could be worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot valuable treasures in your collection, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. And if you've got a coin that might be worth millions, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. 1994D mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, currently valued at a staggering $1.9 million. Now, that's no ordinary nickel, so stick around to find out why this coin is worth so much and how you might have one sitting in your pocket right now. Let's start by talking about the Monticello Jefferson nickel itself. First minted in 1938, this coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his Monticello home depicted on the reverse. For years, the Jefferson nickel has been a collector's item due to its historical significance and the variety of versions released. But the 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello nickel is one of the most sought after by serious collectors, and here's why. Now, this coin might look like a typical nickel at first glance, but the 1994 D-Mint Mark variety is different. The D-Mint Mark indicates that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. mint facilities. But, and here's where things get interesting, there was a rare mistake during production that caused a small but significant flaw in some of these coins. This error made the 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel incredibly valuable. What exactly is this flaw? The error lies in the placement and size of the mint mark. On a regular coin, the mint mark is typically crisp and clear, but in this specific run of 1994 coins, some of the mint marks were poorly struck or incorrectly positioned. This flaw created a rare variation that caught the attention of collectors and numismatists alike. As you may know, coin errors can drastically increase a coin's value. The 1994 D Monticello nickel's rarity, due to this minting mistake, made it one of the most valuable nickels ever produced, with one specimen selling for nearly $1.9 million at auction. Now you're probably wondering how you can spot this rare coin if you have one. Here's what you need to look for. First, examine the mint mark closely. The error coins have a D-Mint mark that is either off-center or poorly struck, which is not common for most coins. Look for any doubling in the mint mark or misalignment of the numbers on the reverse. It's a subtle difference, but it can make all the difference in the value of your coin. So, why is this specific coin worth such a huge sum? First off, it's extremely rare. Collectors hunt for these coins like treasure, and with only a handful of 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello nickels in circulation, they've become a highly coveted item. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years, with some coins fetching astronomical prices at auction. For a coin to reach the $1.9 million mark, it must meet two key criteria: rarity and demand. And in the case of this error coin, both are off the charts. So, if you think you might have a 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello nickel in your collection, how do you go about selling it for the most money? First, have it professionally appraised by a numismatic expert. The grading process is critical, as the value depends not just on the error but on the condition of the coin. A coin in mint condition could fetch far more than one with significant wear. Next, consider selling it through an auction house or specialized coin dealer. Auctions can be competitive, and they bring in serious collectors willing to pay top dollar for a rare item like this. If you don't want to sell at auction, working with a reputable dealer who understands the true value of your coin is another excellent route. If you have one of these rare coins, be careful where you sell it. There are plenty of scams out there, and unfortunately, not all coin dealers are honest. Avoid selling to anyone who's offering you far less than the value of the coin, and always get a second opinion if you're unsure. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know about the 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel and why it's worth up to $1.9 million. If you have one of these in your collection, it could be your ticket to making a huge profit. As always, take your time, do your research, and make sure you're working with experts when you're ready to sell. 1998 P-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, and its current market value is an astounding $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.8 million. This rare coin is turning heads in the numismatic community, and today, we're going to take a deep dive into why this coin is worth so much, how you can spot one in your collection, and most importantly, how you can sell it for top dollar if you happen to have one. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get started. Alright, first things first. What makes the 1998 P Monticello Jefferson nickel so special? The 1998 P Mint Mark nickel is part of the series of Jefferson nickels that have been in circulation since 1938. However, it wasn't until the 1990s that the mint started producing some incredibly rare variations, and the 1998 P mint mark is one of the standout pieces. The key feature here is the mint mark, P. This is important because, in 1998, the Philadelphia Mint, which is responsible for producing coins for general circulation, mistakenly struck a very limited number of these Jefferson nickels with a P mint mark that are in extraordinary condition, far rarer than others from the same year. Let's take a closer look at the condition. The coins that are worth millions are those in nearly perfect condition. Look for ones that are free of scratches, discoloration, or any kind of wear. The more pristine, the better the value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these nickels in mint condition, you're looking at a coin that's incredibly valuable. Now you might be wondering, why is this nickel worth such a jaw-dropping amount of money? Well, several factors come into play here. First, it's the rarity. Only a handful of these coins were ever made, and even fewer are still in perfect condition. Second, it's the demand among collectors. Numismatics, the study and collecting of coins, has been booming, and rare coins, like this one, are often sought after by serious investors who are willing to pay top dollar. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1998 P. Jefferson nickels? Well, it's all about the details. First, check the mint mark. This is located on the reverse side of the coin, near the bottom, just to the right of the building on the Monticello. It should say P, for Philadelphia Mint. If you see the P mint mark, that's your first clue. Now, look closely at the condition. The most valuable versions of this coin are in uncirculated condition, with sharp, clear details, and no signs of wear. These are the ones that could be worth millions. Now, let's talk about the big question. How do you sell a coin like this for its full value? First, you want to get your coin appraised by a reputable numismatic expert, or a certified grading service. The grade of the coin will directly impact its market value. A higher grade can mean a higher price, and for rare coins like this, every detail counts. Consider getting your coin graded by a company like PCGS or NGC. These companies specialize in evaluating and certifying coins based on their authenticity and condition. Once your coin is graded, you'll know exactly where it stands in the market. Once your coin is graded, the next step is selling it. You have a few options here. You can sell it through a trusted online auction site like eBay or Heritage Auctions. These platforms have dedicated numismatic sections, and they connect sellers with serious buyers. Another option is to work with a professional coin dealer who specializes in rare and high-value coins. Just make sure to do your research to ensure you're working with someone reputable. There have been many success stories of people finding rare coins in their collections or even in their pockets. For example, a man in Texas recently found a 1998 P. Jefferson nickel in his change and sold it for over $1 million. So, if you have a coin collection, it's worth taking the time to go through it, especially if you have coins from the 1990s. So, there you have it. The 1998 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel, one of the most valuable coins on the market today. If you happen to have one of these rare beauties in your collection, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Remember, it's all about the condition, rarity, and demand, and if you find that perfect specimen, the sky's the limit. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content on rare coins, and leave a comment below letting us know what coins you've found in your collection. And if you're serious about selling your coins, check out the links in the description for more resources. 1999 D Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson Nickel. Yes, you heard that right. This unassuming nickel might be worth a lot more than you think. Now, most people don't even bat an eye at nickels, but today's video is all about why the 1999 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel has caught the attention of serious collectors and investors. We're going to go over everything you need to know, from what makes this coin so valuable, to how you can identify if your coin could be worth a small fortune. Let's start with the basics. The 1999 D Jefferson nickel was part of a regular issue series, so it's not immediately obvious why it would be worth so much. But this is no ordinary nickel. The 1999 D coin was minted at the Denver Mint, and it features a design with President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, the famous plantation home of Jefferson, on the reverse. Now, on the surface, this coin might look like any other Jefferson nickel, but here's where things get interesting. A few very rare 1999 D coins were struck with a distinctive error, an error that makes them incredibly valuable today. And that's exactly what collectors are after. So, what's the error? Well, some 1999 D Monticello Jefferson nickels were struck with a misalignment in the design, causing the Monticello building on the reverse to appear with a noticeable doubling effect. This doubled image is what collectors refer to as the double die error, and let me tell you, it makes all the difference. At first glance, this error may not seem like much, but it's a serious find. Coins with this kind of mistake, especially in this particular year, are highly sought after. In fact, there are reports of these coins being sold at auctions for over $1.7 million. Can you imagine finding one of these in your coin jar or collection? And if you think about it, this coin is a 1999 issue. That means if you've been holding on to some nickels from that year, you could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. So, let's talk about how you can identify one of these rare coins in your collection. Alright, so how do you tell if your 1999 D Jefferson nickel has this life-changing error? It's all about the details. First, check for the D Mint mark. That's the key indicator. This error is specific to the Denver Mint. You'll find that mint mark just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Next, flip the coin over and look at the Monticello design. What you're looking for is a double image of Monticello. The error causes the design to appear shifted or doubled. It's a slight but noticeable difference, and it's what collectors will pay top dollar for. Keep in mind, the clearer the doubling effect, the more valuable the coin becomes. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check the details closely. You want to make sure the doubling is on the Monticello building, not just the surrounding elements. If you've got that, congratulations, you might have a jackpot on your hands. Now, let's talk about the current market value of these coins. As of recent auction sales, we've seen these 1999 D Monticello Jefferson nickels with the double die error being sold for upwards of $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, millions of dollars for a nickel that's only worth 5 cents in regular circulation. One such coin was sold at a major auction house, drawing intense bidding from collectors. The market value of these coins has been steadily rising, and if you happen to have one of these rare specimens, now might be the perfect time to cash in on that fortune. Now you might be wondering, how can I sell my rare 1999 D Monticello Jefferson nickel? Well, the first thing you need to do is get your coin authenticated. You don't want to try selling a rare coin without proper documentation that proves it's the real deal. Take your coin to a professional grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. They'll authenticate the error and give it a grade based on its condition. A higher grade means a higher price. Host on screen. Once your coin is graded and authenticated, you can sell it at a reputable auction house or through specialized dealers who focus on rare coins. You can even consider selling it through online platforms, but make sure you're working with trusted buyers. So, there you have it. The 1999 D Mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel with the double die error could be worth millions of dollars. If you've got one of these rare coins in your collection, it's time to get it checked out. And even if you don't have one yet, this is a reminder to keep an eye on your change. You never know what hidden treasure you might find. 2000p Mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, a coin that could make you a fortune. Let's dive in. First things first, let's start with the basics. The 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel is a coin that was produced in large quantities by the US Mint. Most of these coins were intended for circulation, meaning they were minted as part of the regular annual production of nickels. You might be thinking, well, I have a lot of these in my change, so why would this one be worth so much? Well, it all comes down to one little detail, the P Mint mark. Normally, Jefferson nickels are minted at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark. But in the year 2000, the US Mint decided to stamp a P on some of the nickels being produced at the Philadelphia Mint. It was the first time ever that a P Mint mark appeared on a Jefferson nickel, and that small change in design set the stage for a rare discovery. But here's where it gets interesting. The 2000p mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel isn't just any old coin. In fact, the vast majority of them are worth only 5 cents, the face value. So, why in the world is this particular coin valued at $1.6 million? Well, this is where rarity comes into play. Back in 2000, the US Mint made an unexpected error during the production process. Some of the 2000p Jefferson nickels were struck with a misalignment, or a die error, creating a very unique and collectible version of the coin. It's the error variety that makes this coin so sought after by collectors and investors alike. So, how do you know if your 2000p Jefferson nickel is worth that eye-popping $1.6 million? Great question. Let me walk you through the key factors to look for. First, make sure the coin has a P mint mark. It should be located right next to the date on the obverse side of the coin, just below Thomas Jefferson's portrait. The key to the big value is the die error. Look closely at the Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin. The most valuable version of this coin features a noticeable separation or distortion in the structure of Monticello, which can happen due to a faulty die. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. The higher the grade of your coin, the more it will be worth. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch much more than a worn one. Be sure to examine the coin for any signs of wear, scratches, or damage. Coins graded MS65 or higher have fetched up to $1.6 million. So, why does this particular coin command such an astronomical value? There are several factors at play here. First, rarity plays a huge role. There are very few of these era coins in circulation, and even fewer in excellent condition. Collectors are constantly searching for these rare pieces to complete their collections, and that scarcity drives the value up. Second, the historical significance adds to the demand. This coin was part of a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage history, the first time the P mint mark appeared on the Jefferson nickel, and the unique die error just adds another layer of intrigue. Now you might be wondering, I've got this coin, how do I sell it? Well, there are several ways you can go about it. Your first step should always be to have the coin appraised by a professional numismatist. They can assess the condition and rarity of the coin and give you a more accurate value. Some of the rarest coins, like the 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel, have sold at major auction houses for millions. Reputable auction houses such as Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers regularly auction off high-value coins. Websites like eBay can be a good place to sell, but be cautious. Make sure you're dealing with trusted buyers and understand the value of your coin before you post it online. Reputable coin dealers may offer you a fair price for your coin, but it's always best to get multiple quotes. So, there you have it. If you happen to have a 2000p mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel with that rare error, it could be worth a fortune, potentially up to $1.6 million. Remember, the key factors are rarity, the die error, and the condition of the coin. If you think you've got one of these rare gems, it's time to take action and get it evaluated by a professional.